How are you doing, boys and girls? So we're starting a very short series. This will be a two-part series, guys. So in the very first part, I'll be teaching you guys how to set up your backtesting tools, right? So for you guys, we'll be using Notion. I actually use Notion. So this is software Notion, right? By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to do this by yourself. You'll be able to set up your Notion. Just go on notion.com or notion.io, download Notion on your computer. Mostly I prefer computer to the iPhone, right? Or your iPad. You can use a computer or an iPad, right? Download it on your computer, and then we'll get into this video and I will show you guys how to be able to journal your trades this way, right? So I don't know if you've come by this type of calendar before where you get to see a trade summary of all the trades you've taken, let's say in the month of February, where you just get to see like all the trade summary. So it's still just from this table, right? Yeah, we can just see like a short summary of it. So by the end of this video, you guys will be able, like by the end of this playlist, right, the first part and the second part, you guys will be able to do this by yourself. So with no further ado, let's get started, right? So guys, before we go into this, I want to tell you guys of two important groups you must make sure you join. The first one is this group where we have HFT, legit HFT prof and passed, right? So we have ended the free pass. Now we pass for a very small fee. So just make sure you search it on Telegram or use the link in this video description, wherever you find it. I'll put the link there, or even on my bio. Just check my bio, you see it, right? She Trades FX20. This is the community for passing of HFT Profit accounts, right? So this is the fee. So you just get to check which account size you purchase or you want to have passed, and this is the fee for the account to be passed, right? So these are the accounts which we passed: Nova, Kortana, Infinity Forex Fund, M Solution, Quantec Trading Capital, Fast Forex, Alpine Funded, and Trading Cave. We highly recommend Kortana and Alpine Funded, guys. So just use this link to purchase your Kortana Fx account, and afterwards follow the steps to have your account passed. Make sure you only make payments to She Trades FX20 to have your for your accounts to get passed, right? And also only share your details with She Trades FX20. Don't share it with anyone else. Okay, with that said, let's go into the video for today. I also have a free community, right, where I post my daily signals, right? I post all my daily signals on here. So it's Tradadera Signals. Make sure you join in. This is the link, Tradadera Signals. Just you could search for it on Telegram, or if you check in the description of this video or my bio, you'll definitely see the link to join as well. So with that said, let's go into backtesting, guys. So simply we'll come to the notes, right? So these are our variables, right? These are the variables we want to be tracking on our spreadsheets, right? So, or in our table. So the first one, the very first variable is the day. The second is date. Third is trade type. The fourth is order. Fifth is account size. Risks to reward, stop loss, take profit, risks per trade, and then our P&L, our closing P&L for that trading day, right? So it's going to look something of this nature once we're done. Let me just open one and give you guys an example to see what will be inside of the finished products. So within the finished products, we get to see the name of the currency pair we traded. Like for me, I trade Euro USD for currencies. So this is the day, right? We get to see Monday, Tuesday. This is like a multi-select variable option. Why this is for the date, I can just simply put the date I want and then the time, because I want that level of precision to know when my winning trade happens and when my losing trade happens. Then I want to know the type of trade. Is this swing or intraday, right? Then I want to know what type of order. Was I buying? Was I selling? Then my account size, my stop loss, my risks to reward, right? How many RR was I targeting? What was the stop loss? What was my take profit? What was the risks per trade, right? How much in dollars was I risking from this total account size? And then what was the P&L? What did it close? So let's say I actually closed with the -1. This would have just reduced. You see how easy that was? I'll show you guys how to set it up as well. So if we close with a profit, then you just get to see the P&L updates. Now, right here is where I write my state of mind, right? I write my state of mind and the trade, reason for the trade, right? So why did I take this trade? Why is it valid? I will explain it, and then I would ask myself, what setup model is this? I will state what setup model it is, and then the state of my psychology, I also mostly write it down. But lately I've not been writing it because I have a risk. I've been strictly following my risks, and I understand that it's all probabilities, and the trader will hit SL, we hit SL, as long as it's within your trading model, right? As long as within your trading plan, the trader will hit SL within your trading plan, will hit SL, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I've not been having any tension when I'm taking trades, so that's why I don't get to be writing it. But in the initial days, there were a lot of write-ups yeah, about psychology. Now there's none, right? So this is just what it looks like, right? So when I've gotten, like, this was a structure-based trade, but there was a lot of confusion, like a lot of liquidity and everything, and a lot of 5-minute structure happening here and there. But so it's just easy to look for a valid intraday sell setup, which I saw did not happen. So I just knew, okay, we'll use liquidity entry model, and that was when price came back into here. If you notice, price came back here into that area, and we sold. Right, so if you notice, price came back into this area, this valid liquidity entry model, and then we sold. And you can notice some level of precision, right? This was, I don't know why this is not allowing us to open the whole thing. Okay, I missed the double tap, right? So I don't know, if you look here, you can see where the entry was at. It was not like at the high, it was not here. There's some level of precision to it. So I would I don't tell this on YouTube, right? I keep some things private to those who are in the guidance, right? So this is one of those things I keep private, right? So that's just how I get to have those level of precision in what I do. Anyways, with that said, this is another option I always keep, what I could have done better, right? Because there's always room for improvement when I trade. So in this trade, there was nothing I could have done better, so I just move on, right? So at the end of this playlist, you'll be able to create this for yourself, and also be able to track your trading performance very easily using this methodology, right? And it's free, right? It's free. It's has a nice visual depiction to it, so you don't strain your eyes like Excel spreadsheets. Okay, so with that said, let's set it up, guys. Let's set it up. Oh, we're on Notion already. Just come here, tap on private, just tap on this plus icon, and then I will just wait until this table appear. I'll just tap on table. Then all I want to do is get the new database, so you get to see something of this nature, right? You just come to new, right click on here, what new template. We want to create a new template, right? So once we have this, now the first thing that was in the previous one was name. So for me, it was Euro USD. You can just say currency pair, or asset pair, or whatever you want, currency pair, right? So we just have currency pair, and now you see tags and you see empty. These tags is to tell us what variables we want to track. So if you just tap on it, you'll see an option to rename, edit property, right? So those are like the very two important things there. So for the properties which we want to track is day. So first off, we'll just tap on this, rename it to day. And now that is day, we want to edit the property. We just tap on edit property and change this to text, right? We'll change it to a multi-select, right? Because we want to use different days. So I'll just come on here, and then I'll write the first day being Monday, right? Then I'll write the second being Tuesday. Then I'll write the third being Wednesday. The fourth being, and then the fifth being Friday. So for the sake of it to be visually appealing, alright, I'll just make sure every of them have a unique color. So for me to change that, I'll just come on here. Okay, that doesn't seem unique. Okay, now all of them have somewhat of unique colors, right? Easy to differentiate. Now for the next one, right? Let me confirm that this was on multi-select. Yes, this is on multi-select. So for the next one, we just, to add more properties, we just tap on here, And then what do we want next? What we want next is dates. So I'll just tap on look for dates. Being this, I'll just put dates, and then there's nothing else you want to do. Just today's 22nd, right? So that's just all. Right, we got the dates. Okay, we made a mistake. We're not meant to use multi-select for this. We're meant to use just single select, because you can only have one day in a day. So just single select will suffice, right? So with this, we can just have just one day, right? Like this. So you make sure you use single select and not multi-select, right? So now for the next one, the next property we want to add, we'll check is trade type. So for trade type, we'll just use a text, right? I'll use a text and I'll call it trade type. So for trade type, okay, we'll use single select once again. I think a lot of things we'll be using single select for instead of text. We'll use single select, right? We just call this trade type intraday, and then we'll have another one being swing, right? So we can choose between intraday and swing. So on the next variable we want to be tracking is our order. We want to know whether we're buying or selling. So that is an option we'll be using is select for. So we just type order. Okay, let me make sure that isn't order, right? So we'll just put buy and then sell, right? So if you want to rearrange it, just use drag it so you can rearrange, right? So that's just it. So now for the next property, you guys get the point now on how to do this. We have account size. So for account size will be a number, so we just select number, and then I would also want it to have a type, right? Okay, to have, what's that called again? A format, right? A format to be in dollars, US dollars, because I'll be trading with the US dollars accounts. So I'll just call this account size, right? I'll call it account size. Then yeah, I can state maybe it's a 10K account or 100K account. You should get to see that very easy. Now for the next one, we have risk to reward. So for risk to reward, I'll still be using a number, but I won't change the number format, right? I'll just leave it that way, risk to reward, right? Now for the next, we have stop loss and take profit, right? So still we use numbers. We just put stop loss and TP. We'll leave the format as it is. Then take profits. You see it's a number, right? For take profit. Then we got the last one. Okay, second to the last one, risk per trade and PNL, right? So for risk per trade, we will just we'll use a number format, right? We'll change the number format, risk per trade. So we change this to dollars, right? Because this is more like the cash value we're risking per trade. And then the last one will be a formula, right? So we just come here and get formula, and we'll call it PNL, right? That is our profit and loss for the end of the day or the end of the trading day, right? So for this, we'll just bring it down, right? So to be here. So all we want to do, right, is now to add a formula to this PNL, right? So we just come to edit property, then edit the formula. So here is the simple formula, guys. Here is the formula we'll be using to know our PNL. Risk per trade multiplied by our risk to reward, all bracket, right, plus account size. So how do we put it? We just come here, edit, right? Then we tap on all bracket, remember, all bracket, risk per trade multiplied by risk to reward, right? We close the bracket plus our account size. So what is our account size? So that is this account size. So with this, we just tap on done. Now the formula is complete, right? So now we have account size of 10,000. If we were to have a risk reward of 3, right, of 3, and then we risked so you just manually calculate what your risk is of this value. We can actually add another value to manually calculate like 1% of your account size, right? But okay, let's do that. No, let's not do it. This will make the video too long. Let's just say we're risking 1% of our account size fixed, right? So we just know that's $100, right? So then our stop loss was 10 pips. Our take profit is about 30 pips, right? Something of that nature. We just get to see easily that our profit is about 300, right? So we made $300 extra profits to our accounts. Very, very easy, guys. Very easy. Okay, with that said, I'm trying to see if I could add USD to it. Yeah, okay. Now it appears in dollars, right? So that's just it. And we're done, right? So at this rate, we are done with the very first part. So for the second part, for here, we would add all our comments, right? What was the state? Let me just put something here. Why did you take the trade? All right, let's just say, why did you take the trade? All right, country A, country B. Then, which setup is this? And what is the state of your emotion? And lastly, are you using proper risk management? Okay guys, so if you can successfully answer these 4 questions before you take a trade, whether that trade hits stop loss or TP, don't worry about it. You're good. Why did you take this trade? If you can state the reasons according to your strategy, which you have backtested over 100 trades, if you can state it, yeah, you're good. Which setup is this? Right? Let's say you have like 3 setups. You can state, okay, it is maybe a falling wedge, is this, is that. You state it, right? What is the state of your emotion? Are you angry at your wife? Are you angry at your girlfriend? Are you happy about this trade? Are you not happy about this trade? Did you wake up sore, right? All those emotions outside and inside of trading for that particular day. Just put it here. Now, are you using proper risk management? Very, very important. If you can answer this, yes, you're using 1%, right? So not that you come here and you put 1%, but at the end, in your MT4, you are risking 5%. Some people are fond of doing that. I don't know who you are deceiving. Stop it. Are you using proper risk management? If yes, tickets, and then if you do all those 4 questions correctly on every trade, you don't have anything to worry about, right? Now, the next one we need is the headings, right? So the very first heading we'll need will be setup, right? So for the setup, and then afterwards, we'll need the image, right? So we just put an image there. So you just upload a screenshot of that setup, right? Of the setup you're trading. Then we want, once again, the heading, right? But this time around we'll call it the before. So it's more like the before you took the trade, right? So you want to see what the before looks like. So you don't be wasting your time posting before and after on Twitter or anywhere. This thing does not help anybody. It does not just is when you track your trading data here, right? Then it helps you. But just putting your before and after, who is it helping on Twitter? Nobody. Right? So after, sorry, my bad. Heading. That sucks. Let's just do this and redo it again. So we just do heading 3, and then we put after. And once again, the image. I have to get rid of this whole thing. Now image, and we can get the last thing, right? What I could have done better, being heading. So we just put what we could have done better, right? For a lot of you guys who are starting, you need this a lot, right? What I could have done better, right? You need to know, okay, what could I have done better? That's the question that prompts groups, right? In every industry, whether it's forex, academics, anything you're doing. So this is the template, right? If you have come so far, you have created this template, you're good to go. So just tap on back, and all you want to do now is come to open, right? On all these open cells, right? Just tap on the very first one, this name, open. If you look here, you get to see your table has been populated with those variables you created initially, right? So here's what you want to do. Just come and tap on this currency pair, right? That was what we were working on. Then watch the magic happen so quickly. Currency pair appears Wednesday, and all of this stuff just appears so quickly. And then look here on this last part, you soon see it, guys. You will soon see it. You see that? You see your setup before, after, and everything. So at this rate, all we need to do is to, because today is not Wednesday, today is Friday, as of when I'm making this video. The date and time seems correct, right? So, but if I want to enable time, just like you didn't see it here, just tap on include time. Now I can fix the time to be something like, let's say I have a trade. If we were to take a trade, in 1 hour time, exactly. Let's say we're to have a trade in by 3 p.m, right? Because now it's 2 p.m. Let's say in about 38 minutes we get to see its trade. So let's just say that's when we'll take a trade, right? And paraventure is an intraday trade, or let's say it's a swing trade, right? It's a swing buy we're looking for on Euro USD, just like I have a swing buy on Euro USD. I'll show you guys shortly. Now we change this to a buy. Our account size, we keep it that way. As of now, we don't know what our risk reward is, so we just get rid of that. And then you guys see it has resetted automatically because it's more like empty zero. Our risk per trade will remain at $100, right? But then our stop loss, we don't know because we have not exported our trade, right? And then the profit, take profit, we also don't know what that is. So with that said, we are ready to go. We can add an icon, yeah, you know, we are ready now to go and analyze the markets and look for our trade, right? So let's come on Euro USD. So this is what I have, right? This is what I have on Euro USD. It's not yet valid. It's going to be valid when we get this rule met, more like 6 candles break upwards, then we have a bearish structure. So it's more like this. Once we get to have 6 valid retracements, right, and then price comes down, we want to see valid break of structure, and on return we buy, right? So let's just assume a valid break of structure has happened, which it hasn't happened yet. Here's what we do. You can, because of how high the target is, right, you can go on the 30 minutes time frame, right, to take your screenshots of your before. So this would be like our before, right? So we just copy the image. Because I'm copying it, not downloading it, this is what I would do, right? I'll come on here. This is my before, so I'll just post it there. Then I'll just delete this guy because I am doing a copy and paste. If I was to upload, I'll just tap on add, and then I'll follow the prompts to upload the file from my device. But I'm on, I don't know, on a good number of devices now, you can just copy images and paste it the way you saw me do it, right? So I wouldn't bother with downloading it locally to my device, right? Since this is also going to be serving as my journal, there's no need for me to download it locally. Okay, with that done, I'll just get rid of the first image, right? And then afterwards, for the after, I don't know what the after is going to be yet until the after happens, right? So what we will do now is to just create what the setup is, right? So what is the setup? If we go on the 4 hour, let me just show you guys real quick. So this is the setup we are trading, right? This is the setup. We have 4 hour break of structure, right? In a 4 hour zone, we're waiting for 15 minutes change of character, and we're buying and we're targeting just this high. right? We're not targeting up here because we are seeing bearish price action, which could actually lead to bearish breakout structure, right? So we just target here, we'll take out virtually everything. If price give us more entries, we'll buy and then target here, or the weekly supply zone, right? So that's all. So ideally this setup, here's what the setup is, right? So if we want to break down what the setup is, it's just simply this. It's just price being bullish, right? This is just it, coming back downwards. And on the 15-minute time frame, this is all we are waiting for in our zone. Value breakout structure, price pushing up, and we're coming back down. So this would be what the setup would be, guys. See how easy it is. It always has to be easy, right? When your setup or your trade is too hard, too difficult, just let it go. Don't bother even trading for that day, because you are already on the path of losing money. Because good trades are not stressful trades. You just come, you see your setup, you take your setup, and you go on. But by the time you come to the market and then you are trying to do 100 things to catch a trade, already at that point you should just know there's no setup and you're the one forcing the trade, right? That's just one thing you need to know, boys and girls. Right, so with that, this is the setup, right? So I was doing something where I was actually posting all my setups. Like if you go and see where you see my trade and you see me post the setup beside it. But a lot of people cannot actually make money with it because they don't understand the rules to the setup. They're just seeing some lines going up and down, but you don't know what those stuff means, right? So for you to actually monetize all this information I'm giving you, right? Let's say if you spot my setup, for you to actually be able to use my setup, if I show you, you would need to learn the reason to why I consider that a valid setup. Because at the end of the day, I can actually see a setup and then it can follow some of the rules, and then you actually say I did not take it, and then it will hit SL, and you'll be like, why? It's simple, because over time I've seen either there were some factors that change, or even because I'm also a fundamental trader, I know fundamentals very well, right? I can see that the fundamentals affecting that currency has changed. So I will back out of the trade, and you'll be there taking it, and probably you take an L, and I will be like, guys, I did not take any trade today. You'll be like, why? But the setup happened. Then I'll be like, yo, it's fundamentals. So that's just the difference. When you get to learn from me in person, you understand the reason to the why of why I pick my setups, right? So this is just the setup. Once again, we'll copy it. We'll just copy, and then okay, before I copy it, let me just put this 4-hour BOS on here, so it will just be clear that this is the reason to why we are taking this trade, right? We have a 4-hour BOS, and then we have a 4-hour zone, right? 4-hour BOS. And let me just also put 4-hour zone here. Oh no. Okay, so this is more clear, right? Simple for our BOS, 4-hour zone, waiting for price to retrace back, getting 15-minute break of structure, waiting for re-entry and rebuy. Very, very simple. That is all I am currently looking to do on EURUSD as of Friday, 22nd of March, right? So I'll just come to Notion, now upload it as setup, right? I'll just come here, paste, and I can get rid of this one. I can delete that one. So now if we just make this a full screen, right, so we can all just see it. Now this is what it looks like. I'm risking $100, and this I will be risking $100 because the setup has not yet been completed. So all I'm waiting for is for price to perform this break of structure to the upside. On retracement back, right, I'll take the trade, and then that's when I'll place $100 worth of risk on the trade, right? And then this is what the trade looks like. You get to see it on the 15 minutes, right? And this is just it. And that's how I trade, guys. Very, very easy. And that's all I do. So with this, we have completed the first part in setting up your Notion for backtesting. In the next video, guys, I will do at least 3 backtestings. Like on Euro USD, we'll backtest 3 setups, and then record them on our Notion, right? On our Notion, and analyze the data at the end of it all. So with this, you'll be able to go work on your setups, and then backtest your setups, record the data, and analyze the data to make better decisions with your trading. Okay, so this I actually hope it will improve your trading, because this actually improved my trading very, 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 very by 100% tremendously. So have an amazing weekend ahead. I doubt I'll be taking a trade today because, as you can see, I'm a setup based trader. If I don't see my setup, I don't trade, or if I don't see reasons from the fundamentals, I also don't take a trade. So it's just that easy, guys. It's that easy. Trading doesn't have to be hard. Okay, have a wonderful one, boys and girls.